just needed to get out again, and being joined by a fellow French Canadian. Christian is joining us today, so we're gonna take him on a quick overnight. And over yonder is Chef, and you guys probably recognize where we are. So,
trying to remember the last time in April there was that much snow, and I don't know, can't really think of it.
Main voyage for Evan's brand new pack. What brand?
Hyperlight.
He went for a beast of 70 liters.
70 liters. It'll do us well in the summer.
And Christian is packing a good old-fashioned U.S. Alice pack.
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
80 liter. Thing's a tank. Traffic beaver though. Fuck.
What do you guys think?
It's great. I think the sun's gonna come out.
I'm actually kind of happy that we're not hiking in the deep sun right now.
Yeah.
Because it's going to get hot.
At 13 tomorrow. That feeling when you take your backpack on your shoulders,
Yes. Take some layers off, eh?
oh yeah, big time.
All right, so we're just taking a lunch break. We're halfway to where we want to go. We got here in about an hour. We ditched the snowshoes and we're walking with our boots on. It's not that deep. I have a feeling after this, once we start climbing, it'll get deeper, but perfect place for lunch. And as usual, Evan is going to treat us to something over the top. Check this out. So Evan's got 24 quail eggs.
I'm only giving you 3 for lunch though.
He's gonna use the eggs for quiche tomorrow morning, but he's gonna hard boil the eggs, and then we have caviar and some champagne. We had bad experience with eggs.
Yeah. This time we're bringing quail eggs though. They can't go wrong, right?
Good, that's what I was hoping for. So somebody's been up, or animals, or somebody. I usually go down that way, but today we're gonna go up.
Oh, didn't even know that.
And then sparkling wine. Buckwheat pancakes. Peeling the eggs is probably the hardest part of this whole job. Leave them whole. It's a nice little quail egg. Shit.
I used to have, in a lot of my videos, you've heard me say this over the years, you know, I've witnessed things in my videos and I call them my crazy moments in life. Sometimes it's being on a summit somewhere. Sometimes it's an event that's just mind-boggling. Well, this, like right now I'm shaking because this is a crazy moment in life. This is a crazy moment in life. I mean, I'm in the company of two great friends and we are in the middle of a pandemic. We are exercising social distancing. We are in the wilderness and we are about to have caviar, capers, quail eggs, fresh savory pancakes, and fresh cream. My God. Thanks,
Pretty-
Evan. Like,
pretty
holy
amazing.
shit, man. Like, wow. Wow. Well, we've been walking about 3 hours. We're almost there. And the weather didn't clear up as much as we thought it would, or as much as the forecast said it would. It's hard for two main reasons. The first one is you just don't get the best traction, so you're constantly slipping. But the other less obvious reason is that the light is gone. There's no shadows and there's no sun, and so there's zero contours. You just can't see the little hills and the little dips on the trail. I stomped out a spot for my tent. I have channel set up over there. Evan is setting up over here, and this will set. It's just slightly above zero, so I'm not gonna rush to put up the tent. I'm gonna let the ground freeze, and then I'll put up my tent, and then we'll be set. Lots of wood. Just like that. I need to guy it out.
So when you do that,
All right. Very common routine in winter, trying to dry boots, make sure they don't burn.
yeah, let me tell you a story about that.
Yeah, how many pairs of boots have you burned this
Twice,
year?
2 of them.
Twice, yeah. And actually, if you look at these ones real close right there, they're melted. Lamb shanks. There's a pea puree in there. And Evan's getting ready to do his magic with the plating.
I think this might be Marty's favorite sauce. Could be wrong though, we're about to find out. So dinner's super easy the way you set it up. You cook everything ahead of time, heat the sauce up with the lamb, and then everything else gets heated up in a bag, and then it's pretty easy to put together on the trail. Use that. And our carrots. Carrots have been cooked in tarragon, blood of our trees. Oh, smoky. Carrots have been cooked in tarragon, the blood of our trees, and butter. Let's take a stick. Then we'll get our vegetables in there. We'll go for carrots. Carrots, we used a melon baller. Awesome. So carrots, pea puree, and now, of course, the lamb shank. That looks good. Whew.
Put some on that other plate over there, the
it's
white
coming.
plate. Jeez.
There's a big chunk in here. We got all this sauce. Yes.
Wow. There's no other word that comes to mind. That puree is phenomenal.
Right? Just spring peas. Onion, celery, butter.
Oh, no kidding.
Jesus,
If I accidentally dropped this right now, I would eat it off the ground. Like,
Oh,
I'm not-
100%.
There's nothing.
You wouldn't, I would.
It's the same thing every time when Evan feeds us. I always feel bad. I mean, it took us about like 5 minutes to eat,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And he always says, "Don't feel bad."
No, don't. I enjoy the cooking process, and actually my favorite part is watching you guys eat it and seeing the enjoyment and the excitement on your faces.
Yeah.
So if it's 5 minutes of satisfaction I get, well, shit, I'm happy.
Well, it's more than 5 minutes. Trying to boil it to get it hot or just melt?
Just melt a bit, boil, and then I'll put it in my bottle, let it cool off.
The lighting is fucking, look through the camera.
That's amazing.
This is why we do what we do.
The grill. I don't know if you managed to have it.
It is early April, and you know, a couple of days ago, a few weeks ago, no, the government shut down the park, but we are in a public Crown land area, and what we're doing is completely legal. I mean, we drove along a road that comes into the park, and then we parked alongside there and we hiked in. We're about 8 kilometers away from the road. The minister himself said it, you know, the intent is not to completely prevent people from going out. The intent of closing the provincial parks and the recreational areas, those are the areas that are specifically designed to attract people. where they'll congregate, ski hills, big campgrounds where there might be 50 trailers that show up. But the backcountry is absolutely open. Where's the nearest human being to us right now?
Right now,
Well, these two, but I mean beyond us. Where do you think the nearest human?
How close is that ranch on the way to Longview?
yeah, probably.
Yeah, so
15, 20
we're
clicks.
8 kilometers away from our vehicles, and our vehicles are on a dead-end dirt road. So
At
Snow
another
road
5,
today.
10,
snow road.
10 maybe easy.
Yeah,
10 to 15 after that.
yeah. There's nobody near us,
No.
and nor would they want to come here. This is still winter camping.
She was like, you gotta be very careful out there. And yeah, that's 21 hours through the week that you're gone.
Nice and cold in the morning, but I slept like a baby. It was a gorgeous night. Check the boots. Not too bad. I'm gonna just wear my booties.
Morning.
Morning.
How's the sleep?
Like a very warm baby last night.
No kidding, eh?
Yeah.
No matter what, when I'm sleeping, I turn. I mean, I'm a ground dweller. I'm not a hammock sleeper, and I rotate. But that's because I had dislocated a shoulder about 5 years ago, so it's still sore when I rest on it. And I can almost count, and I'd say last night I rotated at most 5 times, maybe 6, which means once an hour, which means a fantastic sleep. Because when I say rotate, I just wake myself up, rotate, and then go right back to sleep. I call it the barbecue roll.
Barbecue roll.
You gotta keep all sides heated. We're having quiche Lorraine or quiche what?
Oh, I don't know what it's called with smoked salmon. It's kind of Lorraine, so we have onions and bacon for quiche Lorraine. And then I'm going to put Gruyere cheese, smoked salmon, capers, and onions, and of course a bit of caviar. And I've got some creme fraiche left over.
And he's going to make the quiche with quail eggs.
Yup.
Is this man insane or what? Holy shit, that's a cavern.
It's a great bag. Light. 2 pounds, 2.5 pounds. And it's comfortable, actually.
Yeah.
I was hoping it was going to be comfortable, but yesterday carrying it up the hill wasn't too aggressive, but it was a good hill, and it did really well.
Good.
We have 30 pounds in here with all my winter equipment, so
Pretty beefy. Wood stove. Obviously, outfitters come in this area, and not outfitters, probably guys on horseback, and they left the stove here, so nobody's hauling that on their back. The snow was deep enough that Christian used the pieces of wood as stakes. 3F. Sam, where do you buy your gear from? A lot of it?
Geartrade.ca.
And what's the owner's name?
Jesse Heberton in Okotoks.
Jesse in Okotoks. So, here's a tent. You bought this tent from him, right?
Yeah, from the previous owner, that
Same business. And Army surplus and a pack. He bought that stuff. So Jesse owns a business in Okotoks called Gear Trade, and what he does is he goes and buys end-of-run equipment. Like let's say North Face has discontinued a product and they have 30 sleeping bags left over that they don't want to send to the stores. Well, he will buy those 30 sleeping bags and he keeps them in his garage. His garage is full of gear, and then he has his own website, and he puts it on eBay, puts it on places. But it's a fantastic place to get great gear at ridiculous prices. And you know, you might not, he actually even honors sort of, you know, if he gives you a piece of gear that doesn't completely work for you, he'll take it back or try and make it right. But of course, he can't offer the same exact warranties as a store because he's selling discontinued gear. But you know, and he'll post on eBay and things like that. So it's a fantastic opportunity to buy some really good gear at a reasonable price, especially here in Canada, because we don't have a lot of as much internet and stores as our American cousins. So
first reactions.
look at this, folks. The quiche. Actually, I could almost eat it as a...
Like a tart.
You are in the back country, that's all.
Wow. I'm going to spread the caviar a little bit. Wow, Evan.
We did it?
There's never a doubt in my mind. Ever. So he made a quiche. You'll see in his other video. So I always put links to Evan's videos. Last night we had the lamb shank. This morning we're having quiche. It's the quiche is made with quail eggs, and there's a little bit of green onions and bacon in the quiche. Then he has a creme fraiche. He garnished it with a beautiful, what'd you call it, a rosette of salmon, and then some capers and some caviar. I'm in the bush. Like, I am in the bush. I'm in the wilderness.
5-star bush.
Like, And I've had a lot of comments saying that, you know, I'm cheating or whatever, or everybody wants to find a chef. Yeah, find your own chef, but that's why I'm putting links. The whole concept is Evan is showing everybody that you can be in the bush and doesn't mean you can't be civilized. I mean, this is beyond civilization. This is probably, you know, this is a what, 1995 breakfast? Probably
Sure.
more than that.
Sure, whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
That's fine cuisine in the backcountry, yeah? Wow.
And the best part about having a mustache and a beard,
You get to eat it again later.
you get to eat it again later. There used to be a comedy book called Real Men Don't Eat Quiche.
Yeah.
I might have it at home.
You serious?
Yeah, it was called Real Men Don't Eat Quiche. Bullshit.
I was gonna say, man. Sucks to be them.
Yeah. Real men don't eat. Now you know it's spring. Listen to the birds. All right, we're all packed up.
They like on Facebook. There's a page called Tasty Life or something.
It's actually a major junction here. This is FITZSIMMONS Creek Trail. FITZSIMMONS over there, but there's a major junction here and looping back. You can get lost in Kananaskis country. Not lost as in lost, but lost as in you can explore it. And it's a seldom visited area because there's no designated campsites, because it's not advertised. You can't go online and research the trails like you would in a national park. Yeah, we didn't see that yesterday coming in. Wow, that's gorgeous. Yeah, another couple of kilometers and we would have been leaving Kananaskis, and on the other side is British Columbia. That's actually the Continental Divide up there. I can't even stop off to walk around these guys because check out how deep the snow is. So, you know, still 2.5 feet. That's actually the first hill where I ever shot my first big Rocky Mountain elk. I'd shot elk in Fox Creek for years, but the first one I shot in the mountains was on that side hill. These hills are a lot easier going down than they were coming up. And what happens with snow like this is you make a footprint in it yesterday, you compact it, then overnight it froze. It's hot now, it's 6 degrees now, but overnight it froze and it became more solid. So when you walk back in your old footsteps, you get a firm, you don't sink, we call it post-holing. So when you post-hole, it means that you're stepping in the snow and your foot just goes all the way down. The mountain.
I thought that's where you guys left. you had like I thought that was the little spot that you like.
It's right across here.
That's big.
Yeah.
Careful of the overhang, Marty.
Yeah.
What's that, bud?
Careful of the overhang.
La cornice. Oh, look at that. Fishing.
I'm Titleist 6.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. Good one.
Nice. Goody.
Yeah, but Marty, aren't you afraid to drink water?
What do you want to say? I couldn't do a whole trip without one money shot, so melting snow to make water is okay, but you know, it starts to taste like flat, so it's nice to get some nice clean water. Actually, a trick that I haven't shown, but when you melt water, ice to make water, take 2 containers and transfer it back and forth between the 2 containers and aerate it, and once it's aerated then it gets a better taste. But snow melt has a taste. That was a good one.
That was awesome.
Quick overnight, go home now, have a nice Easter dinner with the family. I think this is the last weekend we get to go hiking because there's snow now. There's still a lot of snow, don't get me wrong, but
It's getting wet.
it's getting wet, it's melting fast, you know, the temperatures are climbing above 0, so quick overnight. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Happy Easter, everybody. If you like this video, hit that big subscribe button and give me some comments. I love your comments. Here's Christian. Woo! What'd you think, bud?
It's fantastic, man. Best company, great conditions, beautiful sceneries. Couldn't ask for anything better.
Perfect. Let's go home, folks. So as soon as I come home, I unpack everything. It was not. So I unpack everything and dry everything. Even the weirdest things get to still have to be clean. And by unpacking and drying everything, it does 2 things. You check your gear, make sure nothing's damaged. You dry everything, you repack it, and then I get it ready to go for the next trip right away. So everything's downstairs, packed, ready to go. And sometimes you find goodies like this, a half bottle of whiskey. I'll have a whiskey tonight. And out here on the deck in the sun, everything dries very, very quickly. Jasper, move away.
Come here, Jasper.
And then the sleeping bags, I won't restuff them. I just go downstairs. Almost every sleeping bag has a loop like this, so you can hang them. So I hang them from the rafters upstairs instead of compacting them. It gives the loft a chance to puff up. You keep a down sleeping bag puffed up or compressed too long, and it loses some of its loft over time. Tell you what, boy, this Outdoor Vitals sleeping bag served me well this winter. What a fantastic piece of gear. Because moisture will just, the other problem with moisture is you get mold. Look at this. Oh my god, if you could see her eyes. If you could see her eyes. There you go, my girl. Good job.